This video is home insurance explained, what you need versus what's a waste. In this video, we're breaking down homeowners insurance, what coverage you actually need, what usually isn't worth the cost, and where people tend to overpay without realizing it. Most homeowners buy a policy once, renew it automatically, and never really look at it again. Premiums go up, coverage changes, and a lot of people don't know what they're protected against until something goes wrong. So today, I'm walking you through how homeowners insurance really works, how to think about coverage decisions, and how to make sure you're paying for protection, not extras you don't need. I'm Erin from Insurance Wise. Let's get into it. How homeowners insurance actually works. Before getting into what's worth paying for and what isn't, it helps to understand what homeowners insurance is actually designed to do. Homeowners insurance is there to protect you from large financially disruptive events, not everyday wear and tear, and not small inconveniences. It's meant for situations where paying out of pocket would seriously hurt or completely derail you. That's why most policies are built around sudden, accidental damage, fires, storms, theft, certain types of water damage, things you didn't plan for and couldn't reasonably prevent. What trips people up is assuming insurance works like a maintenance plan. If something slowly wears down over time, insurance usually won't step in. If something breaks because it was old, poorly maintained, or expected to fail eventually, that's typically on the homeowner. Understanding this upfront makes the rest of the policy make a lot more sense. You stop expecting it to cover everything, and you start using it for what it's actually meant for: financial protection against real shocks. Dwelling coverage, the part you cannot afford to get wrong. Dwelling coverage is the backbone of your entire policy. This is the part that covers the structure of your home itself: the walls, roof, floors, built-in cabinets, and anything permanently attached. This is also where one of the biggest and most expensive mistakes happen. A lot of homeowners assume their dwelling coverage should match what they paid for the house or what Zillow says it's worth. That is not how insurance works. Insurance cares about rebuild cost, not market value. The value of your home includes the land, neighborhood, school district, and the market. Insurance only cares about what it would cost to rebuild your home from the ground up if it were destroyed. In some cases, rebuild costs can actually be higher than the home's market value, especially when labor and material prices rise. If your dwelling coverage is too low, you don't just lose a little money, you can end up paying tens or even hundreds of thousands out of pocket after a major loss. This is one area where saving money by lowering coverage usually backfires. You want this number to be accurate, even if it slightly increases your premium. Replacement cost versus actual cash value. Replacement cost coverage means the insurance company pays what it costs to replace damaged items today, at today's prices. Actual cash value means they factor in depreciation. So if your 10-year-old roof is damaged, actual cash value doesn't pay for a new roof. It pays for what a 10-year-old roof was worth right before it was damaged, which is often much less than the replacement cost. The same applies to appliances, flooring, furniture, and personal belongings. Policies with actual cash value coverage are cheaper. That's why people end up with them without realizing it. But when a claim happens, the payout is often disappointing. Replacement cost coverage costs more upfront, but it usually aligns much better with what people expect insurance to do. This is one of those areas where paying a little more often prevents a lot of frustration later. Personal property coverage, where people overestimate protection. Personal property coverage applies to everything inside your home: furniture, electronics, clothes, appliances, and personal items. Most policies automatically include this, usually set as a percentage of your dwelling coverage, and for many households, that default amount is fine. Where people get surprised is with limits. High-value items like jewelry, watches, arts, and collectibles, and certain electronics often have sublimits. That means if you have plenty of overall coverage, a single item may only be covered up to a relatively small amount unless you add extra protection. This is where riders repairs or scheduled coverage comes in. They increase coverage for specific items. The mistake people make is assuming everything they own is fully protected just because they have homeowners insurance. If you own things that would genuinely hurt to replace, this is a section worth reviewing closely. Liability coverage, the quiet protection most people undervalue. So liability coverage protects you if someone gets injured on your property or claims that you caused damage to them or their belongings. This is one of the least talked about parts of homeowners insurance and one of the most important. If someone slips on your walkway, gets bitten by your dog, or is injured during a gathering at your home, liability coverage can help cover medical bills, legal fees, and settlements. The coverage amounts here are often higher than people expect, and for good reason. Lawsuits get expensive fast. For many homeowners, increasing liability coverage costs very little compared to the protection it provides. Now that you know the core pieces that actually matter, here's what that looks like in a real policy. What homeowners insurance is supposed to cover and how Lemonade structures it. When you strip homeowners insurance down to what actually matters, there are only a few protections you truly need. And this is where Lemonade is a good example to use because it lays those essentials out clearly instead of burying them. With a basic Lemonade homeowners insurance policy, coverage starts with the home itself. If the structure is damaged by a covered event, the policy is designed to help pay for repairs for rebuilding. That's the core purpose of homeowners insurance, and everything else builds off that. It also includes coverage for other structures on your property, like garages or sheds. A lot of people don't realize these are handled separately in many policies, which can lead to undercoverage if you're not paying attention. If your home becomes unlivable, Lemonade includes coverage for temporary living expenses. That means help with housing and basic costs while repairs are happening, which is one of the most overlooked but important parts of a policy. Personal belongings are covered as well. If your items are stolen or damaged, the policy helps with replacement, and that coverage can apply even when the loss happens away from your home. Liability coverage is built in too. If someone gets injured on your property or you're held responsible for damage, this is what helps cover medical and legal costs. It's not exciting, but it's one of those protections that matter most when something actually goes wrong. What Lemonade does well here is show those protections up front so you can see what's included before you start layering in extras. If you want to see how this kind of coverage looks for your own home, you can use the link below to check out Lemonade and walk through a quote yourself. It's a good way to see what's included before deciding whether it makes sense for you. Optional coverages that sound helpful but often aren't. So this is where homeowners insurance quietly gets expensive. A lot of policies grow over time, not because your home changed, but because add-ons keep getting layered in without much thought. Some of these coverages sound responsible on paper, but in practice, they don't always deliver value. One common example is stacking coverage increases without revisiting what you actually own. If your personal property limit goes up every year, but your lifestyle hasn't changed much, you may be paying for protection you'll never realistically use. Another area is specialty add-ons that overlap with other policies or emergency funds. Some riders cover scenarios that are extremely rare, very limited in payout, or already handled elsewhere. The goal isn't to strip your policy down to nothing, it's to avoid paying extra for peace of mind that doesn't actually change your financial outcome. Deductibles, where people overpay long-term. Deductibles are one of the most misunderstood parts of homeowners insurance. A low deductible feels comforting, it makes the policy seem more usable, but that comfort comes at a cost. Higher premiums every single year. Homeowners insurance isn't meant for small problems, it's meant for large, disruptive losses. Filing frequent, small claims can actually hurt you by raising rates or making it harder to renew your policy later. For many homeowners, choosing a higher deductible lowers premiums significantly and aligns better with how insurance is meant to be used. You handle the smaller stuff yourself, and insurance steps in when something serious happens. The right deductible is the one you could realistically pay off if something went wrong without putting you in a financial bind. Once you find that number, you often save more over time than you realize. Coverage limits that don't match real risk. Another place people overpay is mismatched limits. Liability coverage is a good example. Many people keep the default amount even though medical costs and legal expenses have risen dramatically. Increasing liability coverage often costs very little compared to the protection it adds. At the same time, other sections quietly grow even when they don't reflect actual exposure. Insurance works best when limits are intentional, not automatic. Reviewing them occasionally can reduce waste while strengthening protection where it actually matters. What homeowners insurance usually does not cover. Homeowners insurance does not cover everything, and assuming it does is how people get blindsided during claims. Most standard policies do not cover floods, earthquakes, sewer backups, or damage caused by long-term wear and poor maintenance. Those risks require separate coverage or endorsements. Insurance also doesn't step in for problems that develop slowly over time. If something fails because it was old, neglected, or expected to wear out, that's typically considered a homeowner responsibility. Knowing what isn't covered helps you avoid paying for protection you think you have and lets you decide intentionally whether additional coverage is actually worth it. How to review your policy without getting overwhelmed. Here's what I check first. Is my dwelling coverage based on rebuild costs? Am I covered at replacement cost or actual cash value? Are my deductibles realistic? Do my liability limits reflect real risk? Are there add-ons I don't fully understand? If you can answer those, you're already ahead of most homeowners. Homeowners insurance isn't about covering everything. It's about covering the things that would seriously hurt you financially if they happened. You need strong dwelling coverage based on rebuild cost. You need replacement cost protection. You need liability coverage that reflects real world risk. You need temporary living coverage if your home becomes unlivable. What you usually don't need is unchecked add-ons, ultra low deductibles, or coverage increases that don't match your life. Homeowners insurance shouldn't feel confusing or overwhelming. You should know what you're paying for and why. If you want to see how coverage is laid out before extras get added, use the link below to check out Lemonade and walk through a quote for your own home. It's an easy way to see what's included and decide what actually makes sense. If this video helped, make sure to like the video and subscribe for more straightforward insurance guides. I'm Erin from Insurance Wise. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.
Anywhere you go, give it